Cage Minds, Micah Frankel. We're outside of Judgment MMA and Fitness with Josh Moreno. How you doing, sir?
I'm really well, thank you for asking. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. You're couple, what is this, 10 days away or so?
10 days away.
From your pro debut. How excited are you?
I am really excited. It's been a long time coming, and I'm actually really ready, and I'm really excited to get this pro thing going on.
You traveled the regional amateur circuit here for a good while and had a lot of fights fall out on you. So what are some positive memories you take away from this amateur run?
Just the positive memories, just, getting in there and getting in the experience. It's all about that. All the amateurs are just about the experience, getting in there and, knowing what you need to do before you get to the pros. Because you get to that pro elite level and then you're like, oh shit, you're not supposed to do this anymore. You don't get away with those things, what you do in the amateurs and the pros anymore. And, just the memories of, cutting weight and, getting ready for those big spotlights, having all your family members and your friends there at your fights. And just being, those nerves, you learn to control them.
And that last amateur fight, it was some time ago, but you've also had to battle back from some adversity and really dig deep in some fights. What was that like?
Right. Well, it wasn't more adversity, but it was more of like, it was a guy that I was facing in Elias Prochet that everybody thought it was the next, second coming of God or whatnot. But I always told myself, it's like, what's the big hype, like we're all fighters, we all sweat, we all bleed, we all train, the same way as the other. So, there's no really, big MMA fighter that's going to be scaring me, because I've fought big fighters my whole, amateur career. So when they faced me against Elias Prochet, I think it was his last interview that kind of really got me under my skin, that he was like, he was going to develop carnage and he was going to do this and he was going to do that, when he didn't even really know me. I didn't really know him. But just like the interviews that he did, and even his post interview that you gave him, he didn't take the loss like a man. You know what I mean? So it's like, dude, take it as a man. It's a loss. If it would have been me in his shoes, I'd have been like, it was a good fight. Props to this guy. He beat me. Move on to the next. I'm frankly getting tired of fighting these New Mexico fighters. We all know each other. We all train at the same gyms every now and then. So it's like, let's get out of New Mexico. Let's show other states, other cities, other countries, what New Mexico fighters are all about.
And talking about that now, the guy standing across the cage from you is going to be Mike Cook from Denver, Colorado. Do you know anything about him?
I really do not know anything about him. I just know that he's an assistant Muay Thai coach, up there in Colorado, childhood MMA, I think it's what it's called. Child's Play MMA, sorry. But, if he is a, Muay Thai striker, that'll be awesome, It'll be an awesome fight for the fans, because, who doesn't love a stand-up fight, Who doesn't want to see a bloody, gushy fight, where 3 rounds straight striking, straight MMA fighting, you punch me, I punch you, let's get it on. That's what I'm excited about.
Making the debut right here in town, you've had to travel out of town for a lot of fights and stuff. Does it make it sweeter being able to get the fight to happen here?
It does. It really does. Just because, all my family, all my friends are going to come out and support. There was a few times, where they couldn't make it out of state, even though they really wanted to. But now I'm going to have, that whole New Mexico, fan base on me. Everybody's going to be cheering for me, And I'm pretty sure, they're going to be cheering for the guy too, because he's an athlete. He's just a fighter as I am. So, why not give the guy a hand for traveling from Colorado to Albuquerque to fight, So it'll be exciting.
And we're here at Judgment. You said this is within the last several weeks, you and Scott Marlowe have really gotten together.
Right.
So what has that, partnership been like?
Well, it's been really good. I've always said that, Scott Marlowe, he's a really great coach. He's a really good coach. I first met Scott Marlowe, a few years back when I fought a couple of his fighters. And out of that we did get that, friendship bond. And eventually, when he moved from Arizona to Albuquerque, it was a good relationship, because he's similarity to Coach Winklejohn. They both came out of the Kempo karate basis, so they both have similarities. So it was a good partnership to come several weeks, here to train with Scott, and sparring partners like Anthony Rosema and John Rosema, really push me because they're big, they're strong, so they're getting me ready, and I can't forget about like Jackson's Wink, family too, like those sparring partners I have over there. They're just as great, they're just as awesome. So I really appreciate that, and Scott too. He opened his doors, for me to come train with him. So it's been really good.
And then I know you've been with Coach Bart for a long time. It's going to be Coach Bart, Coach Scott.
Yeah, Coach Bart Lujan, Valley High School Wrestling. He's going to be in my corner. Coach Scott Marlowe, he's going to be in my corner. And I feel it's going to be a good corner. You know, I know them really well. They know me really well. I recognize their voice already. You know, we've been training together for a while already. It's going to be an awesome night.
And then it's been a long run. Were you surprised finally that you're getting the opportunity to make it pro? Did you think this was something you're like, this is taking so long, it may never happen?
Yeah, I mean, after that Elias Prochet fight, I kind of thought, you know, holy crap, you know, I'm going to, you know, move up in the pro league now. And it kind of backfired because, you know, Spartan League Comeback, you know, I tried reaching out to them. I tried reaching out to other organizations, King of the Cage as well. And then it all came to, you know, they would ask me, are you the guy that knocked out Elias Prochet? And I'd be like, yeah. And then they'd be like, well, I have to check back to your opponent. And for some reason, they did not want to take those fights. This most likely would be my last 205 fight, just because these guys are too big. You know, they're way too big for me now. I'm frankly tired of like fighting these big mother effers. You know, they're too huge for me. So I think 185, 170 would be my next move after this upcoming 205 pro debut.
Yeah, because I'm figuring there's got to be a difference in there at Jackson's when you're sparring, you know.
Definitely.
John Jones, Phil Haas, Andre Arlovsky, Cody East, they're probably throwing you in there, and you're like, no, can I go like Clint Roberts and some of these guys just a little bit down, man.
And I mean, they do, you know, those are the guys that have gotten me to, you know, to my skills that are right now. Just because, you know, I go with the best guys in the world as well, you know. They push me to that extra edge where, you know, I have to fight basically for my life, even if it's sparring, you know, because they're big guys, and that's what I've gotten used to in MMA fights as well. You know, if I can't take the strikes in the gym, how am I going to take the strikes in the MMA fight? So, you know, I'm really appreciative for that. And even Clint Roberts, he's an amazing coach as well. You know, he's helped me at this camp too as well. Like, he's helped pass for me every now and then. And he tells me like it is. Like, you know, I really appreciate his truth, honesty. You know, he tells me where I suck, where I don't suck. He pushes me, he slaps me around, and I'm really grateful for having a friend like Clint Roberts as well.
So then next Saturday, what's one thing you got to do to get that W?
One thing I got to do is just show up and do what I do best. And you've seen it, frankly, first row, what I can do, you know, in the ring. So you know what I can do. My whole New Mexico family, you know, knows what I can do. My gyms know what I can do. I just got to show up and give a good fight. And same thing with Mike Cook, you know, he's going to come to fight, and that's what I expect. And just an awesome fight for the fans, and I hope they enjoy it.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
The time.